Today at Most Buffalo, Colvin Cleaners is helping students get ready for the prom. How their Gowns for Proms program is making a big difference across Western New York and changing a little bit this year. Plus, from science to creative problem solving, how one STEAM fair is inspiring the next generation of thinkers and creators. And from colorful costumes to creative floats, Mardi Gras weekend is bringing a New Orleans-style celebration to Ellicottville. Most Buffalo starts right now. Hi there, welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Lauren Hall. Thanks for being with us today. We'll get to all those topics and more, but first, winter weather continues across Western New York. Many people, though, already looking way ahead to spring, and that includes prom season. And a popular program that helps students get ready for the prom is expanding this year in a big way. Colvin Cleaners is expanding its Gowns for Prom program. The program now has its own headquarters on Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore, offering a boutique-style experience where students can select their free prom dresses, shoes, and accessories. So here to tell us more from Colvin Cleaners is Amanda Majesto. Amanda, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And happy almost prom season.
Yay!
What does this time of year mean to Colvin Cleaners and getting everything ready for the program?
Springtime, it's such a busy time for us. Prom season is so exciting. You know, we've been doing this for 18 years now, so we are in the midst of cleaning, making minor repairs to all of our donations that are coming in, but we've also been setting up our brand new headquarters. So it's all hands on deck right now.
Yeah, this is, if you've been before, you're familiar with the program, this is a big change. So tell us about the new headquarters and how it will work this year and moving forward.
So it's just a couple blocks down the street from Colvin Cleaners on Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. It's the same idea, but now we are able to offer appointments to students for a much longer period of time. Rather than a 1, 2, or 3 day event, we're running from March 3rd through April 11th, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Our new boutique space is a lot smaller, so it's a more personalized shopping experience.
And we're seeing some of the photos right now, and it honestly reminds me of going to try on wedding dresses.
That was what we were hoping for when my colleague Samantha and I were designing this. We wanted it to feel like just a wow experience, a glamorous department store, a dignified, personalized experience for the students.
So what can people do right now if they want to make an appointment, and what do they need? What do they need to do?
So our website is our biggest resource for everybody, whether you're a student, a volunteer, or you want to get involved in another way. Students can go directly to our website, gownsforprom.com, and they can start signing up for their appointments. Again, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, we offer 1-hour appointments, and they'll come in and pick out gowns, shop for accessories, and it's a fabulous program.
And can they bring anybody with them?
We recommend limiting it to just one parent or guardian. Space is a little more limited, so.
And do they actually have the opportunity to browse the racks and pick out what they want to try on?
Yes, definitely. Everything is organized by size, color-coded to make it easier. We've pulled out the short gowns from the long gowns, so make it easier. And we'll have gown guides, our volunteers, helping the students with sizing, picking out the gowns, and helping with the zipping and latching up. It's always good to have a little helping hand, right?
And we know that Colvin Cleaners is able to do this for 18 years because of the donations from the community and volunteers. Do you still need any of those for this year?
We always need donations. We always need volunteers. Donation-wise, I want to say new and gently used gowns always, particularly plus sizes. We always have a big need for that. And our handbag inventory it really could use some help. We're looking for like sparkly evening bags, cute little clutches. If you don't have one lying around from some wedding that you might have gone to and only carried the bag once, we do have an Amazon wish list on our website, $10 to $20 little bags. They'd come directly to Colvin Cleaners if you felt so inclined to donate.
Amazing. And if people have gowns or accessories or shoes that they would like to drop off to you for this season, what should they do?
So they can come to our storefront in Kenmore. If you go to our website, though, we have a list of community partners all across Western New York. Reed's Gens, all the Allstate offices, Wester Automotive Group, and Lace and Day, Value Home Centers. A lot of great partners have barrels for us collecting items, so we can drop off go to our website, check out the addresses for one closest to you.
And what is that website one more time?
Gownsforprom.com.
All right, Amanda Modesto is here from Colvin Cleaners. Thanks for kicking off prom season here on Most Buffalo. We appreciate it, and keep us posted if anything else comes up throughout prom season. And the 2026 Winter Olympic Games have come to an end, but during them, one Buffalo restaurant owner showed his hometown pride all the way in Milan, from cheering on Team USA to waving a Bills flag in the crowd. He is proving that Bills Mafia really is everywhere. Buffalo restaurateur Mike Schatzel started going to the Olympics in 2010, traveling the world with a group called Journey to the Games.
So I've been to Vancouver, London, Sochi, Pyeongchang, and now Milan. I prefer the winter games because of hockey.
He got to see the U.S. women win gold on Thursday.
I was 6-7 rows right behind the net that Keller scored on. So we were probably 20 feet from the net, so it was amazing.
Even more amazing, a surprise run-in with a fellow Nichols School alum who now has a gold medal around her neck.
Today, just came and did the sights, and strange enough, I ran into the women's hockey gold team, and I managed to catch a picture with the flag with Haley Skimura, who also went to Nichols, unfortunately 23 years after I went, but it was kind of cool.
And if you were watching the U.S. men's quarterfinal against Sweden, you may have spotted Mike and something very Buffalo in the crowd.
You know, the Bills are everything Buffalo, and, you know, the colors match our colors, red, white, and blue. And then my kids said, well, bring something so we can see in the crowd. So I figured I'd probably be the only person with the Bills flag, and so I brought that. And it's insane how much social media, like the texts and the people tagging me on Facebook and Twitter, and you know, it's nuts how one little flag could create so much chaos.
Proof that from Buffalo to Milan, Bills Mafia travels well. On your side, Lauren Hall, Channel 2 News. And the United States men's hockey team is bringing home the gold medal, as well as the women. And with these historic wins, the whole Olympics are also shining a spotlight on sports that do not always get the glory, including curling. And that increased attention is having a local impact. The Buffalo Curling Club says it is seeing a surge in interest, with more people coming out to try the sport.
It's different. It's, you know, quite different from most of the sports we see sort of at that elite level. But I think the other thing that appeals to people is it seems accessible, right? The curlers, more so than any other sport, you're hearing, oh, this person's an Olympic level curler, and also, to use the U.S. women's team as an example, you know, one of those ladies is a dentist and the other one's a pharmacist.
You don't know what it's about till you give it a try, till you get some interest in it. And the more people come in and try it and see it and recognize not how easy it is, but how accessible it is to anyone, I think they can appreciate it and gain an interest in it.
And the Buffalo Curling Club has Learn to Curl events. They are typically offered a couple of Sundays every month. And 2 on Your Side continues celebrating Black History Month. Today we are highlighting the Buffalo City Ballet and how it is inspiring minority youth through dance. Here's our Natalie Foss.
If you have a feel for dance, you know, go with your heart.
Marvin Askew is the executive director of the Buffalo Inner City Ballet Company and a professional dancer who knew early on he wanted to carry forward the 55-year legacy started by his mentor and the company's founder, Carl Singletary.
Got my training pretty much here in Buffalo and went to New York to further my training. Later on, went on to dance professionally and returned to Buffalo to carry on what he started. And that's pretty much giving underprivileged children the opportunity to study classical ballet.
He says the mission goes far beyond pliés and pirouettes, training students for success on stage and in life.
When I returned, that was one of my priorities, to make sure that we were able to use our training or the skills that we were developing to dance on a higher level.
Through grants and public funding, the ballet provides students in need with low cost or even free tuition, so they never have to turn young dancers away.
And many of the kids that come here are from either single family home or families that are struggling to make ends meet. So they don't have the necessary money set aside to pay for dance lessons. So that's where we come in and provide those services.
He hopes to give his students a safe place to express themselves.
Especially with a lot of young men dancers, because At a young age, a lot of our fathers tell us, nah, ballet's not for you.
He tells us that many of his students succeed once they move on, even if they don't choose a career in dance.
Dancing just gives you that opportunity, you know, that discipline. And I think that's the biggest thing, is having that discipline to move further.
Starlene Funderburg, marketing and communications manager as well as parent at the Buffalo Inner-City Ballet, says she was inspired to enroll her girls after attending the company's performance of the Nutcracker.
I just always thought that, you know, this is something I want my girls to be in when they get older, and as soon as I came to the Nutcracker show, I'm like, this is it. This is where I want them to go.
Not only was she struck by the dancing and professionalism, but also the diversity she saw on stage.
And he not only teaches them to dance, but he also mentors them as well. And I believe that's exactly what youth need, especially Black youth, considering everything that's going on in the world.
The students learned to dance, but also life skills that will carry them forward after class is done.
Mr. Marvin teaches them, sew your own costumes, sew your own shoes, fix those things up. Your presentation, not only your stage presentation, but your presentation in dealing with the public, period.
She says that the Buffalo Inner-City Ballet Company is so much more than just dance lessons.
We understand that this is more than just a dance school. It's a family, and it's instruction that will take them far beyond 18 years old taking instruction here.
Thank you to our Natalie Foss for that. And in Kenmore Mercy Hospital marked Black History Month as well with a special celebration honoring history, unity, and community. Organizers say the event recognizes the contributions of African Americans while also helping educate future generations. Attendees reflected on the progress that's being made and the importance of continuing the work.
We want young people to realize that we have a rich history in America and in Africa. Before we came here, we were kings and queens in our homeland, and we were forced and captured and come over to this land, and we worked and worked hard, and we have continued to work hard. We built this, you know?
The celebration included prayers, readings, and music, all aimed at honoring Black history and inspiring unity within the community. And still to come on Most Buffalo, from science to student innovation, young creators across Western New York are showcasing their ideas at this annual STEAM fair. We will hear more from the man behind it. Back now on Most Buffalo, and young innovators across Western New York are getting ready to put their creativity to the test. The Willie Hutch Jones Educational and Sports Program is hosting its 11th annual STEAM Fair on March 21st at Waterfront Elementary in Buffalo. The event will feature more than 150 student-created projects focused on science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Here to tell us more is Dr. Willie Hutch Jones. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for the invitation.
And what a wonderful, just seeing a little recap there from previous years. You've had so much response to this year after year.
The thing about it is we're so much community-based, and we're not aligned with any one organization or one party, so we're open to everybody. So as I was mentioning earlier, we even have kids coming in from Cheektowaga, the Maryville School District. We partner with BPS, Buffalo Public School Systems, and even some children already signed up this year that are homeschooled. So, all the people that follow us, we offer this also just besides the sports and educational games and recreational things like that. So this is something that we started, 11 years ago, and we said, because it was nothing like this really on the radar here in Buffalo. You might have had a science fair or something like that, but that was like your high-end, those brainy types of students that just, come with something really creative, but you never really had something that just an honest kid or just a novel type kid could just come and get involved in. So we gave them a platform, and we're seeing a lot of different creative projects come from it all. Last year alone, I remember I was talking with a young person, because I try to intermingle with everybody when I'm there, I just can't be distant. But it was a young lady. She had developed a LED dog collar, and she would put it on the dog, so at night, if you want to know where your pet was in the darkness, it can light up. And I'm like, wow. Another kid had developed some type of drone. So it was so many different little creative ideas. And the thing that when you look at somebody young, as they're showing on some of the highlights, you kind of almost like, no, this kid doesn't know this. But you got to listen to them, and you got to give them a platform and just hear what they got to say, because their minds are not like in a box. They don't even know what a box. They're on another whole level of life, and you got to listen to them, because they are our futures.
Yes, and this is, again, an opportunity for them to showcase their ideas and have people listen.
Yeah, right.
So what do students have to do to prepare if they want to sign up? What do they have to bring with them?
What they would have to bring with them is basically we send them a rubrics. Once they sign up, we send them a whole informational package of this and that and so forth. But bring your project, work on whatever your proposal is that you want to say to the judges, because we have judges from the community. They'll come in. We'll maybe have 3 different judges go to each person and interview them, and they'll talk about their projects and everything. And actually, we kick the parents and everybody out of there and just let the kid demonstrate and do their presentation on their own. So I would say just go online, sign up, or either if you're not that advanced, call our hotline number, which is 716-715-4980, and they can go online, and we have people to help guide them.
And what's the website?
Website is WHJESP.org.
HJESP.org. You're also looking for some volunteers for that too.
Yeah, we can always use some volunteers. Well, besides the judges that come in from all around the community, we're looking for hands-on volunteers, because during this day of fun, I would say, we have a silent disco going on, because the kids will be there all day, pretty much they'll start setting up their projects at 10 in the morning. The judges start judging them around 11. We'll give out awards and all the programming, say about 1:30 and so forth. And you know what? Claudine, your own Claudine Ewan is our MC. She always is there for us, so that's beauty, and that's our tie-in with you all too, because we're on each other's side.
Yes, that's right. That's
definitely.
Right. No, we're proud to partner with you for this, and
the
response looks amazing from previous years.
And like you said, we've got numerous kids. They're still signing up. We have at least another 2 weeks where if a child or a class even, whatever, wants to sign up, they can do that. And what we found out last year is it was a group from Lockport. They just bring their kids down so they can get exposure to seeing other children and peers doing things of that nature themselves. A lot of times they're not even in it, but they just want to be there and be a part of it. So it's really great. But as I mentioned earlier, volunteers, we definitely need volunteers, because we'll feed the kids, we'll let them party with, and it was wild. They have earplugs on, and they have a silent disco where we got 2 different DJs.
And that's STEAM at work as well. That's science and technology for sure, a silent disco. This is all happening again March 21st at the Waterfront Elementary School with the Willie Hutch Jones program. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it so much.
I appreciate the platform to be able to continue to spread what we're doing for the community, because they need it.
Absolutely. And Black History Month is underway, and we are also honoring a local basketball coach retiring after 12 seasons at Cardinal O'Hara. Our Nate Mills shows us how Nick O'Neill's impact reaches far beyond the court.
Nick O'Neill has a saying he's lived by his entire coaching career.
Don't let basketball use you. You use basketball to get to where you want to go to.
And it's more than a motto. It was a philosophy that shaped every player who walked through the doors at Cardinal O'Hara High School, and one he hopes to leave a lasting impression as he retires from coaching after over a decade.
Basketball is a tool that can help provide you with an education, provide you with opportunities beyond basketball.
This mindset resonated with the team well beyond the court. He made sure his players had rides, food, and someone watching their grades, things that made him feel less like a coach and more like family. For Leah Parker, now playing her graduate season at St. Bonaventure, the relationship started long before she put on a Lady Hawk uniform.
He was like a father figure to us, you know. I would say I grew up around him because, you know, my sisters played for him, so I was like a little kid knowing him. So, you know, just being able to grow up with him, you know, he's always looking out for me, making sure I have everything I need, and just be able to grow up with that, that had a huge impact with me.
His success on the court was also characterized by his high standards of discipline and accountability, and players learned that day one of practice. And for Leah's sister, Angel, she's never seen O'Neill accept anything less than her best.
He keeps it real. Like, he was like a motivating, like he always told me the truth, he always pushed me, like he never let me settle. So being able to have him like in my ear and like, hey, like you can do better than that, or like what are you doing, Angel? That kind of thing kind of just helped me get in the mind frame to hold myself to a standard as well from that young age.
O'Neill was a driving force in getting his players recruited all across the country, but back here in Western New York, his impact stretches from Niagara County to the Southern Tier.
There wasn't these opportunities to play in these big schools when I first started it, and one of the dreams that I had was these kids from Western New York area getting into these bigger schools, being one of the girls that all the rest of the girls in the country look at.
At a predominantly white institution like Cardinal O'Hara, O'Neill's presence carried a significance that gave his black athletes hope.
Just being able to, you know, African American, be able to look up to him, it made me feel comfortable, like almost at home. It's extremely important because you're able to see that someone who looks like you can do it as well. I mean, obviously we don't see it a lot, but just for him to be able to step in and be like a good leader, a good role model to look up to, that helps a lot and shows us and other African Americans that we can do it as well.
Though he's stepping away from the game, the support he gave will always be with the girls, from phone calls about recruiting to jobs. He'll continue what he started at Cardinal O'Hara.
Still going to call for kids. I'm still going to try to help get them in school. I'm still going to try to help build them into women and good young ladies.
Straight ahead on Most Buffalo, from beads to parade floats, Mardi Gras weekend is bringing big celebration energy back to Ellicottville. How the village is transforming into a winter carnival celebration. Finally today on Most Buffalo, Ellicottville's biggest and brightest winter celebration is making its return next month. Mardi Gras and Winter Carnival takes over the village March 13th through the 15th, bringing a New Orleans-style celebration with a Western New York twist. Here to tell us more is Ellicottville Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Barbara Pump. Thanks for coming on Most Buffalo, and thanks for all those pictures. This is such an exciting celebration every year in Ellicottville. So can you tell us a little bit about how it started?
It started very many years ago, basically to kind of entice people to come down during the quote-unquote mud season. It actually started with one of our local stores, Kazoo 2, and our very own Carol Fisher basically started going door to door, getting people to do stuff, getting people involved, getting floats, and it's been going ever since. So it's definitely a great event. We love it. It brings families down. It's almost like the close to winter, I guess you could say, but it's a big celebration. Usually there's still snow too, so people are still skiing, but it's just a celebration of winter as a whole.
And we just saw some of the celebration takes place in town, some happens at the slope, so it's kind of like everywhere you turn there's something happening.
Yes, so Holiday Valley, they do a big weekend. They have their ice bar, snow bar that they call it, up at Holiday Valley. Hollymont is always great on the weekend, that weekend too. So it's definitely just a fun atmosphere for everybody to come down, enjoy Ellicottville. And then the parade on Saturday it's a lot of fun for everybody, not just the parents, but the kids. And the kids have a great time getting beads from some of the floats. And we're actually really excited this year. Labatt, they've been a corporate partner of ours for many years, and they're going to be there this year with their limo from S&S Limousine. And they're really excited to be passing out beads and stuff to all of the families that come down. So we're really excited.
What time is the parade? Again, we're talking about the weekend of March 13th.
Yes, so it's Saturday, March 14th. The parade starts at 6:15.
Okay, and people should, line up in the streets, like you said, and some people get dressed up in costumes.
Absolutely, the more the merrier. We love it. And if somebody wants to be a part of the parade, they're more than welcome to too. They just have to fill out the application on our website, and they can be a part of all the excitement.
Very nice. Anything we haven't touched on when it comes to Mardi Gras weekend in Ellicottville?
One of the things that we do is we collect canned goods and things like that and donations for the local food pantry. So if somebody was interested in doing something like that, that is available. They go around throughout the parade as well and collect that during the parade. So
very nice. Barb Pump is the executive director with the Ellicottville Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for being here. Happy Mardi Gras.
Thank you.
Thank you. And before we go, Girl Scout cookie season got a little bit sweeter this weekend. The Girl Scouts of Western New York teamed up with Explore and More to celebrate National Girl Scout Cookie Weekend. There was plenty to do, including cookie-themed activities and making Thin Mint truffle pops. Organizers say this is a fun way for children to learn while celebrating cookie season.
It's so important nowadays to focus on organizations that not just uplift young women, but help us form social and emotional connections and make friends in our community, get off of our screens and get outside and make a difference in the world.
And Girl Scouts could come and bring a friend to Explore More for this event for free over the weekend to see exhibits and learn more about the Scouts. And that'll do it for this edition of Most Buffalo. We'll see you back here on Thursday at 2:30 for another live show. And you can always watch Most Buffalo on demand right here on WGRZ+. Download on your TV, watch for free. Thanks again for joining us and have a great day.